Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home LWS. This is a tour of our garden in 2023. Each year gives us an opportunity to design a new garden and grow again. Recalling those special times in the garden inspires us to try again and make the garden shine one more time. So we dream, imagine, design, and plan a new space that is unique to us. The intentional garden can be our reality as we cultivate and care for each plant, pull the weeds, and spread the mulch. As you experience this journey with me, as we review the 2023 garden, think about what makes you most happy and content. Start to explore your likes and dislikes. Get yourself a couple of seed catalogs and gardening magazines. Fill your mind with beautiful designs, plants, and garden art. Create a collage of what you want to see for each season. You can have tulips in spring, roses in the summer, sedum in autumn, and evergreens in winter. Remember that each season is unique, so enjoy the process and appreciate each moment to the fullest. This is the first of a series of videos that will take us from spring, summer, fall, and right into winter. Enjoy, and I hope this inspires you to think about the process. What will your 2024 garden look like? Thank you for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. And as you can see, the tulips are up. I planted these tulips last year in the fall, and now they are showing up so pretty. Good morning and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, I am just so excited about what I see out here in the garden. It rained last night on Saturday night and all through into the morning, and now this is Sunday morning here, the 23rd of April, 2023. 23. That's right. And look at how beautiful the garden looks this morning after the rains. It is just a wonderful sight to see. And something that is really unique to this day is the fact that the tulips are now up and showing, and they're so beautiful. Now in that far bed, my daffodils, those ice folly daffodils are over, but look at the beauty of the hosta, and also my fruit trees, the pear tree and the Asian pear tree. What a beautiful sight. Look at these beautiful blooms. I wonder if this is a sign that I'm going to have some Bartle pears. That's if the squirrels don't eat them first. Now this is an Asian pear tree. I love the color of the leaves and the blossoms. That's so pretty. For some reason this year, my peach tree does not have any blooms on it. I don't know why. But here we have some red tulips that have shown up. They are so pretty here. They just stand up and show out. It's just a few of them in the middle of this beautiful bed of hostas and other perennials that are coming up. And this is my apple tree. I actually have some blossoms that are developing here. Will I have apples this year? I hope so. It's time. So I say good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my wonderful gardening friends. Good morning and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Do you remember when I planted these tulips last fall? Well, they are starting to show their beautiful colors. And you know, some of these tulips are from last year, the previous years. I can identify them, but then I can also see the beauty of the new tulips that are coming in here in this bed. And it is making me extremely happy because I know that there is a lot, there are a lot more tulips to come. I also see the allium. That is the purple sensation alliums that I planted in here as well. And then we can see the hostas, the rose bushes that are leafing out, and my knockout rose bush is also leafing out as well. I think this bed looks really attractive. Now this year, that patch of tulips that you see there, the red ones are from previous years and the pink ones are from, I think, 2 years ago. And they have decided to come back. And those are Darwin tulips. I think the Darwin tulips tend to perennialize very well in my garden. And then you can see also the yellow tulips there. And they too have perennialized in the garden. If I were to follow the red tulips, you'll see them popping up throughout the garden. And these are tulips that I had planted before. I love red tulips. Some people don't like red tulips, but I do. I love them because they stand out amongst the green. My garden has a lot of green foliage throughout, and so the red and the yellow tulips just pop in my garden. They stand out and they add the needed color that I'm longing for. These yellow tulips are new to the garden. I planted them last year and they are so beautiful. I love those with the tinge. This one in particular, I love this one because it has the orangey red, I should say, edges, which is so pretty. And it contrasts really well with the others. I wish I had more of them in the garden, but I'm still happy. It stands out. It's unique. And I also planted this patch of red tulips. I'm hoping that they will do like the other red tulips in the garden and will come back every year. As you can see, we are still working on this garden, but it's amazing how the hostas have come up and the perennials that I have planted are here and are just filling out. And there are some seeds that are self-sown. I believe it's like the white, the mustard seeds that are going to have these little white flowers that I love, and they're going to fill out this bed. I also have bearded iris, yep, and also goat's beard here in this bed. As you can see, we're busy mulching and getting it all together. I also have in this bed some lilies that are popping up. And fern. So it's going to be very beautiful here. Very beautiful. I'm excited. This is amazing. Those red tulips are definitely popping up and over the hostas. And that is what I was seeing and envisioning in my mind when I was thinking about planting them there. My microgreen seeds are growing. Isn't that pretty? Soon they will fill out this container. I might just transplant some of them so that it'll be more spaced out, but in the meantime, I just like what they're doing. Even in this side bed, the red tulips have shown up, as well as some of the yellow tulips. I love the ground cover. And it just covers the bed. It just makes it look so pretty at this time. The red tulips that I planted last year, here they are. And now we can see these alliums. I think that these are Glowmaster alliums. My rose bush starting to shoot out some new branches and canes, which is good. And then we can see my ground cover here. You can actually see the pink flower. Look at this beautiful tulip. Here's my other patch of red on the other side. This looks good. And my Pinkabell. It's coming back. I'm so thrilled about that. I am just so happy to see these tulips coming up here in this front bed, along with the perennials. And I can see some of the seeds from last year of plants that I had sown here, wildflowers. Yeah, they are coming up as well. My peonies are doing well. And the lilac bush. So it's going to look so pretty with the purple tulips and the lilac. Isn't that pretty? They look so beautiful and stately here, these red tulips.
Now I'm hoping that these chrysanthemums might return. If not, I'm going to have to pull them up and put something else in its place. But in the meantime, these red tulips are really making the front look beautiful. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, this is a Saturday morning, the third Saturday in May, and a lot has happened in the garden. My garden has taken on a nice, full, rich look, and purple seems to be the major color in the garden. It's amazing how these purple sensation alliums have really dominated the garden here and given the garden a nice royal appeal. And I also want to show you the rhododendrons. These are the rhododendrons that I planted about 4 years actually. And I got these little plants, rhododendron flowers or shrubs from Lowe's in the clearance, and planted them in, and each year they've just grown larger, and now they are flowering. I love the fact that they are flowering with the alliums here. They are under the oak tree in a nice secluded, safe location, and soon they will grow nice and tall and bigger, I'm hoping, as the years progress. But I do love how they start off with this nice rich purple color. Isn't that a nice saturated purple? And then open up into this nice pale, beautiful, almost lavender-like color. I love the different shades. In this same bed, I have 2 different rhododendron shrubs, and they are similar but yet different in color. I think this other one is more of the red, or has a more reddish tone, I think, or fuchsia maybe. I'm not sure of the coloring, but you can see what I mean here. I love these little yellow flowers on this beautiful plant that is a woodland plant, with the purple of the purple sensation allium. Mother Nature has a way of putting the colors together in such a beautiful way. I didn't plan this. This is all nature. Each year, I like to say, let's follow the allium bulb. So let's follow the allium bulb. Yes. So you see these alliums? I planted them a couple of years back, and they have multiplied and come in. And as you can see, that they look so good in the garden here. And then I put some in this bed as well. And they also have been multiplying and returning as well in the garden. I like them here with the bleeding hearts. I love these particular bleeding hearts because they come back every year and they multiply, they self-seed, and then also they bloom, and then they rebloom again. They have a nice reblooming way of coming back again. So it's so pretty. I love how this bed has turned out here, because now you see the little white anemones coming up, opening up there, and with the leaf structure of these bleeding hearts. Which is totally different from the variegated grass. And the good thing about the grass and a lot of these other plants is that they hide the leaves of the alliums, which the tips of the alliums turn brown, and it makes it look messy in the bed. But because of the underplanting of these other different plants, it just helps to disguise that and gives the garden a nice, beautiful look. In the center bed here, you can see the alliums again. Yeah, and they're here amongst the lilies that are coming up, my Casablanca lilies, which are getting taller, and they will bloom in late June, early July. You will see them. But yes, in this bed we have some more allium bulbs. It's harder for these bulbs to survive in this bed because of the fact that we're planting tulips, and we tend to end up digging them up because you don't really remember where they are. But I'm glad to see that there are still some in this bed. Then over here in this one here, you can see these. Now I planted one bulb. I had some left back and I just planted it in, and each year they have been returning and adding. As you can see, there are more here now than there were before. I love how the center bird bath is just so pretty and filled with the different hostas circling around it, as well as my bearded iris. I planted in the bearded iris about 2 years ago, and they are now actually flowering. I don't think they flowered last year, but now they're matured enough at this time to flower and add this beautiful purple. And this is exactly how the garden is looking right now. When you look at the iris flowers, you have that deep purple, and then you have that lavender touch with the yellow. So it really helps to pull everything together in the garden. I'm glad that they're there, and it's actually inspiring me to separate some of these iris and put them in different other parts of the garden as well, because it really pulls everything together. This is the theme of the garden right at this time in May. Now, isn't this beautiful? Look at this ground cover. This is called Lily of the Valley, with its beautiful little flowers. And this is a pass-along plant, the Lily of the Valley that you see here, with its green leaves. It's from my Aunt Tanti's garden. She had them all around. I dug up a few and planted them here, and each year they've just been spreading and taking up this location. This side border has filled out so beautifully. I am very much impressed with it at this very moment. And look at this iris. That's why I think I need to plant some more in this bed. I'm going to try and put it further up in the bed, so that I'll have some here and some a little further up. Yes, it is just for this time. They only flower once, but the leaves of the iris are very pretty, and it adds a contrast or difference with the leaves of the hosta. Brings a little bit more interest and height to this bed. I also have in this bed fern. That's lady fern, which I got from my mommy's garden. And other things are growing here as well. And yes, here are the beautiful purple sensation alliums. Now, I had planted purple sensation alliums throughout this whole bed here, but I believe because we've been digging things up and transplanting things, that they have been dug up. So the next time in the fall, I'm going to see if I can get some more to add to this bed and replace them. But these are still here. So beautiful. I do have a few in this bed here, and this bed has really filled out. Those are my Sir Francis Williams hostas, and they just look so good with the purple. I may add some more purple sensation bulbs in this garden bed as well, because this looks really good. I love this combination here. And as I said, the leaves of the purple sensation alliums get covered by the hosta. Now, is this hosta beautiful? I don't know the name of it. I just picked it up at the garden center, and they just said hosta, variegated hosta. They did not give a name, but it's different from the Sir Francis William hosta. This is the yellow inside and the green framing with the green outside, and the Sir Francis Williams hosta is different. It has the deep green inside and the yellow outside. You can see the difference here. But it is very pretty. And then that yellow shrub here is euonymus. So this looks real pretty here. That is also my mophead hydrangea called bridal bouquet. I don't see anything on the stems there, any buds, so I probably will not have any flowers this year on it too. But you know, I love the leaf shape, which is different. It'll be fine. And then this is a geranium. This is called perennial geranium, and I received it from a teacher friend who gave me just a couple of pieces. I planted them in, and they have just spread over the years. A pass-along plant. Now in this upper garden, my jewel garden, I have some alliums here, and they have opened up. Now this is not purple sensation. I believe that it is Globemaster or similar to Globemaster. I'm not sure, but they are beautiful, and they are bigger, much more bigger, and a little bit more lavender versus the rich purpley color. And my tulips are gone, but I've planted in some begonias here. This regular bedding plants, and I think this looks really pretty here in this bed. I can also see that the cosmos that were here before, that they've receded. So we'll have some cosmos later on in the garden. Now this here, this is a beautiful perennial as well, a stilby. And I think this color of a stilby looks so good with the alliums. This combination is so beautiful with the Japanese tree here, Japanese maple tree, which was a gift to me from my son about 3 years ago. for Mother's Day. And I've kept it in the same pot. And it's been coming back year after year. Soon I will have to transplant it because it's getting bigger. But in the meantime, it just looks so pretty here. And next to it, this is a spirea. Look at the flowers on the spirea. So this idea of purple and yellow, you can see it in nature here. Very pretty. I don't know if this counts or not, but this is my chives. And no, it is not a purple sensation allium, but they are alliums, and it is in my kitchen garden area. And so the chives are up, and they look so beautiful. The purple and yellow with the flowers of the kale. I think it looks so good. So my goal is, after they flower, to move some of the plantings and put it in each corner of this square bed, and make sure that I have chives all around the bed. Isn't that pretty? And finally, here at the top corner bed, you can see this is where I planted most of the alliums, and they are looking spectacular. I have two different types, the purple sensation allium as well as the gladiator allium here in this bed. And with the backdrop of the lilacs in the background, there you can see the purple. And then I also have peonies opening up, and the rhododendron, and also the purple bachelor buttons too in this bed. And finally, we have my beautiful iris that have opened and are blooming steadily, adding such great color and pulling everything together here in this garden bed. Well, if you enjoyed this tour of Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together, well, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us here, and I hope that you've enjoyed this tour as we followed the purple ball, the purple sensation alliums. They're a wonderful plant to add to your garden. Thank you so much for watching, and join us too on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our lives. And also hit the subscribe button, hit the like, so that this video can go out to many more people and they can enjoy this beautiful time in my garden. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, I wanted to continue to record these pansies, because they are so beautiful. And soon, as the weather continues to get hot and drier, I know that they're not going to look as beautiful as they are looking right now. I just like how this area has turned out. And these drumstick alliums, I don't know if you can really see them. They're going to be bursting open soon. It's good to have different types of alliums in your garden. And I'm really going to look out for more of them. I purchased them at Costco over the years, and now I have the benefit of having them spread and seed. You know, they seed, but they also spread with the bulbs in the bottom, because they're bulbs, and they multiply that way. I'm interested in propagating as much as I can, and I love the idea of having repetition in the garden. So that is why these purple perella plants are so important to the garden, because one, they add some variety and color, and two, they self-seed. And one of the things that I'm able to do is to transplant them into different parts of the garden where there's a lot of green. I'm able to move them and shift them around, and they grow to a good 2 feet or so, 2.5 feet or so, and make a nice shrub and a good companion plant to the annuals. It's also edible. And the purple perella was given to me from a gardening friend that I'd met, a person that I met at the local garden plot. And she gave me just 1 or 2 of those purple perella seed starts, like that. And the rest is history. I just have to show you my geraniums. I am so pleased with these geraniums. These were my saved geraniums from last year. I had these plants last year, and I shook off the dirt, stored them in a dark place, boxed them up, and stored them in a dark place, and now look at them. They're taking center stage here in the garden and looking so beautiful. I love the combinations of the two of them together, the pink and the white. And I'm glad that they're standing out on their own. They're going to get huge because this is just the beginning of the season. So I may have to up-pot them into a larger container. It's a pot within a pot, and that container I got last year, the ceramic pot, I got that last year from Ocean John Blot, and they have such a great selection of ceramic gardening pots. I'm going to have to check them out again and see what I can get to add to the garden. Just a beauty. I'm so glad I put these plants here. And when I'm going to store them for next year, it's going to be easy because they're all together. They're in one pot. I can easily separate it or keep them together and store them again for the following year. I just love this. Pretty. I finally decided what I'm going to put in these containers, my white containers. Well, I have the cannas from last year that I saved, and they are now growing up and looking so good here. So I decided to put the cannas in the pots here in this bed, and they will grow up and add some height to this bed. The other thing is that those white pots don't have any holes in them. And cannas love water. So when it rains, it will be able to contain the water, and the cannas will be happy here in this kind of like bog-like condition. So I transplanted these iris here, and they look like they're rooted in very well. That's a good thing. My lilies are growing really tall and looking good in this bed. It just so happened that I have 2 of these pots. These pots, the plastic pots, were here I've had them for a while. And this one I put in the canner also, and now it's just starting to shoot up. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with this one. But I'm glad to see some life in it, and hopefully it will fill out like the other one. I'm gonna have to do some weeding here. Yeah, so I think this is going to look really pretty here. The both of them together. My tomatoes are starting to flower, which is good. So that means that I'm going to have tomatoes real soon. These are the Roma tomatoes that I planted here, as well as the Jet Star tomatoes. I also planted the 100s and the Sun Gold. I think it's Sun Gold tomatoes as well. So they look very happy. They are getting larger. It just looks good. I also planted here corn, and this is so good. I have 3 successions of corn, or layers of corn. Over there in the corner, you can see the corn stalks that I first planted out, and they look very happy. Then I planted these here, and they're coming up. They seem to just catch themselves. I interplanted them with squash, actually pumpkin. I think that's pumpkin, a porcelain pumpkin. So we're going to fill out those corn. Need to hurry up before they get overtaken by the squash. And then I seeded out some more corn. They are coming up now. Now this corn, the new corn is from seeds. They're from seeds that I saved last year, of corn that I'd grown last year in the garden. And then I planted out some more patty pan and other winter squash here. We're going to have a lot of squash. I also finally planted my bush beans, garden beans, in this, and hopefully they will come up. I know they will, and we will have the beans in front. I didn't put it in the bed because it's just going to be too full. So I think that in the container, the bush beans will grow and have more space. It'll be easier for me to harvest them. This is what this looks like so far. I'm very pleased with this. I am happy to report that my collard greens and cabbage are doing very well here. The marigolds, I think, are really helping them out. And I also transplanted some of the spring mix, the microgreen spring mix that I had on the other side. I planted out some of the little seedlings, and I've put them underneath, and that way, because this is a little bit more shaded location, that they'll be able to grow up, and I will still be able to eat these salad greens. But right now they're doing well. I also planted some tomatoes there with them, and I think I'm going to add my basil here in this spot here. I have some basil seedlings that are coming up, and actually this is cinnamon basil that I winter sowed here, and they look happy, so I think the basil will look good here. I have regular basil, and I also have some cinnamon basil, some more cinnamon basil, so that's what I think I'm going to plant in this spot with the kale and the cabbage. And see my cabbage? I grew these cabbage from seed. These three. 1, 2, 3. The kale I got from my gardening friend, my gardening grower. And the kale are happy as well. I think this is marjoram, and this came back from last year in this container. Looking really, really good. This looks really good. My tomatoes. I don't know, I see some kind of like white flies flying around. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to rain, and I think the rain will wash it away. I think those white flies are from the my plum tree. I could see actually a ladybug there. I think the aphids have just been attacking the plum trees, and I had a lot of plums, and now I don't even see. I'd see maybe 1 or 2 up the tree, but anyway, that's part of gardening. I'm going to have to continue to spray each year, and hopefully finally my plums will survive the bugs. I went to the garden center, and I picked up some of these stones, stepping stones here, and I think that this looks really good, and it makes it easier to move around in this bed, so I'm going to get some more of them, and it looks good. I am so excited because my elephant ear is coming back from last year. I saved the bulbs from last year, and they are returning. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And I am so happy with my little rose bush. I bought this rose, this miniature rose, from the supermarket around Mother's Day last year, and it's a bug. Anyway, it is so pretty, growing up so well. It has its own root, therefore it's able to come back each year. I had 2 of them or 3 of them, but this one has definitely found its spot and is doing very well here with these stilby. I would love to get a rose like this in the regular size, not the miniature, but the large size. I think it's so pretty. As you can see here, my red brick house rose really suffered. It was a hard winter, and look at it. It's sad, sad. But my canna's coming back. So I've decided to put the canna there, and the canna leaves will grow up and will shade that. And then these cosmos are from last year. I planted out wildflowers here in this bed, and the cosmos came up. And this is so beautiful. It reseeded itself back here. And I'm just so happy to see the beautiful flower. Now these alliums, they are finished, but they look so pretty with the garden here. And just mixes so well with these cosmos. And these blue bachelor buttons, this is from last year. They self-seeded. So the blue, that's going to be so pretty. The blue and the pink like that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I have here some of my zinnias that I seeded and planted in, and now they are going to flower soon. That's going to be pretty with the roses. Lamian is almost finished. Now this is my new rose bush that I just bought. Brenda Bella. Pretty. It's going to look gorgeous. Different things are coming in and going out, but it's all blending in nicely. I really love the garden this year. I love this patch. This is my favorite, as you can tell, because I'm always talking about it. Showing this to you. Oh, I planted one of the 4 o'clocks here, and hopefully it will come up and make a nice bush. And then this is dragon tongue. Dragon tongue, I think it is dragon tongue herb balm. And that's from the bottle seeding. And these bachelor buttons reseeded themselves here. I didn't plant these. My fig tree's doing really well. You know the fig trees that I started from last year in the house? Yep, they are loving it out here now. That's one. And here's the other one back there. Everything is just doing really well. What I did with this spirea, I'm going to have to cut back this spirea so that it can make room for my hydrangea. The limelight, little lime, something like that. And you can also see the sedum there too as well. So what I'm going to do is trim. I've already started to trim this back. I just love the flowers. And yes, they're starting to create some new flower blooms. But if you cut it back, shear it back, then it will be a little bit more smaller and tidier. This spirea, which is just beautiful. And we have here my oak leaf hydrangea. Look at it. Beautiful, beautiful. And the canna that I bought last year, and now it's returning. I saved it. The elephant ear. These are strawberry plants that I just want to spread. I want this whole area to be filled with the strawberry plants. My Love Lies Bleeding is about to flower. Look at that. Yeah, I planted these by seed. The bottle method, I use the winter sowing bottle method. And this is so pretty. I love the colors. It looks really great with the spirea here. And also with the chamomile. Now this chamomile self-sowed on its own. I didn't plant it here, but it just plays well with everything. Looking so good. I believe that this is either I'm not sure what this is, but I know that it's self-seed from last year, and I'm thinking that it's either forget-me-nots, or it may be my verbena. If it is the verbena, I'm going to be so happy. If it's the forget-me-nots, that's fine too. Because the blue, I think that bluey color will look good. Now these Johnny Jump Ups are self-sowed themselves in here. Isn't that pretty? My Pinkabell rose bush is coming into bloom. So this side is going to have a lot of color. So if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below and let me know what you think of my garden, and what areas you like the most. And yeah, come and join me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together, and you'll be able to see how my garden continues to develop over time. Right now it's just looking very, very nice. I love this transitioning. I love how this looks. Beautiful. So I hope it gives you a little peace, and I hope that you enjoyed this garden tour. Now this is not all of the garden, part of the garden. Yeah, so come back for more. See you soon. Bye. For more videos,
like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.